Hello everyone and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review here on the channel. Thank you guys for coming out today. I appreciate it. All four of my fans. But yeah, so I actually have a pretty exciting one today. So yeah, just get right into it. So boom. We have the Dark Trooper Attack set 75324. Sorry, I forgot the exact numbers of it. And this retails for about $30. So let's take a look at that box art real quick. Love the box art. Love that hallway scene with the Dark Troopers attacking. They even have the correct brown stripe here to match with the Hasbro action figure toy line. And then you have a picture of Mando and the child from Mandalorian Season 2, obviously, because this is the Mandalorian Season 2 scene. So therefore, the stripe matches the correct Star Wars episode. So yeah, the set comes with 4 minifigs, so you get a really cool looking Luke Skywalker, and then of course you get 3 Dark Troopers, which I think is going to be the main selling point of this set. Because obviously people like to army build in Star Wars, and this for $30 seems like a pretty good price point. So without further ado, let's rip this bad boy open and get into it. Alrighty, starting off with our most anticipated figures of the set, we have our Dark Trooper here. You get 3 of these in the set, and I will say I really do like the helmet mold. I think it's really cool. They come with this little blaster. I think it's very unique to the show. And then they come with this really cool, like, printed, like, chest piece. I believe that the Wrecker minifigure also uses this, as well as some of the Iron Man minifigures. Really nice leg printing, as well as back printing. And the cool thing, too, is if you take off the head, there's almost like a little face underneath there, too, that's got the complete red goggles. And then there's also back of the head printing, too. And if you take the head off and take the chest plate off, there actually is printing on the chest and on the back. You just can't see it when it's covered up by this little chest thing here. But the cool thing though is that the printing here on the chest matches the printing here on the little chest plate. So it's pretty much the exact same as far as the most part. But the cool thing is you could have him like this. You could have your Dark Trooper like this, you know, basically makes them look like a whole nother character. You could just put the helmet on and not use the chest piece, or you could take the head off, you know, put the chest piece back on, and put the head back on, and then you could also put the helmet back on. And the cool thing too is that they have these extra studs here in the back. You could probably use that for like extra stuff to carry. Like you could probably like put the blaster on the back of there somehow. I mean, it looks kind of stupid, but you could do it. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, it kind of looks kind of dumb, but I mean, it's something that you could do. I mean, I think it works, but overall, pretty solid minifigure, and I'm super psyched that you get 3 of these in the set. So, yeah. And of course, the second minifigure we get is, of course, Luke Skywalker, when he comes in at the very end of Mandalorian Season 2 and cuts up all the Dark Troopers like they're nothing. I really like this new lightsaber piece for some reason, because you know how they used to make them? It was like they had like the bubbles and stuff inside of them. This one's like more of like a clearer, less bubbly. It's just different, but I like it. He comes with a printed chest piece, printed legs, printed torso belts as well. The printing actually does go from the legs onto the bottom of the torso, which is cool. He comes with this nice cape. I like the feeling of this one. It's like a lot stretchier too. I don't know if they use like a different fabric, but it just feels less constricting. And if we lift up his cape here, he actually does come with back printing, which is nice. And the cool thing too here is he actually comes with the black hand. Because obviously, as we know, Luke gets his hand chopped off in Empire Strikes Back by his douchebag of a dad. So, yeah, cool detail. And he also comes with this really cool black hooded piece They've been using this new hooded piece. I think they used it for like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the old Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they also are using it in the Jedi Starfighter for the young Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I think is cool. But Luke Skywalker also does come with a dual-sided face, so right now he's kind of got like an angry expression, like a moderate expression, but you turn his head here, put that on, and he's got a bit of a smirk, you know, he's a little happy. He's like, you know what, I'm going to chop up these Dark Troopers, and I'm not going to give it a second thought. So, overall, cool minifig. I've owned a couple Luke Skywalkers in the past, but this one is definitely by far probably my favorite that I've had, so definitely excited to have a new updated version of Episode 3 Luke Skywalker. Or not really Episode 3, Mandalorian in Season 2 Skywalker, because he's, I believe, a couple years older, a little more wiser by the start of that series. Now, this set I really do like. Usually in Star Wars we're used to getting like vehicles and stuff like that, but I actually do quite like this hallway scene, or hallway diorama. It's actually pretty spacious, so you do have a lot of room to put in minifigs. And we'll go ahead with this first feature here, the elevator scene. Obviously, we have the buttons here to signify the elevator going, and we have this one to signal what floor it's on. And of course, if you turn this piece here, then Luke can come out of the elevator and start slashing up Dark Troopers. Unfortunately, he does not fit with the lightsaber. You have to take the lightsaber out, unfortunately, in order for him to fit. You also want to be careful that you have his cape in the right position, because if you don't have his cape in the right position, it'll actually get stuck. So definitely something to be mindful of. You also have a feature. You also have a little feature under here. You have this little wheel, and where you can put Luke on to stand, and if you spin that wheel, you can kind of move him. You kind of slash Dark Troopers out of the way here. If I can put him a little closer, maybe I can actually, you know, do something about that. Hold on. You can just slash him out of the way. Like, yeah! He's dead now. And then you also have another cool feature too, where right here, you have this little tile piece that you can kind of pull out. And basically you can signify that Luke is, you know, using the Force. So, you know, he uses the Force, whoosh, and then the Dark Trooper, you know, goes back, slides back, you know, goes whatever, and then falls off the platform. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. As far as stickers for this set, it comes with a very annoying amount. I hated putting stickers on this set. I especially hated putting up the stickers on these little beams here. Those sucked a lot. In my opinion, the most like gut-wrenching ones to put on in period were just these little inside pieces on the elevator. These ones sucked the most, as I felt like if you didn't get it right or weren't super careful with the placement, it was gonna mess up the whole thing. As far as the other stickers, didn't go on too bad. These ones here weren't super terrible. These ones were pretty easy, but definitely was not a fan of the amount of stickers that were in this set. Really did not like it. But overall, it's a cool set. I like the way it looks. You're getting 3 Dark Troopers for $30. I would say this set's worth a buy, especially if you're wanting to army build. This set's perfect. I mean, so overall, I think it's a good set. I'm actually a big fan of it. I think it's probably one of the best ones that came out in the Winter Wave. Mostly because LEGO made it a cheaper alternative to get Dark Troopers, because the only other set that you can get a Dark Trooper in is Moff Gideon's Light Cruiser, which, in my opinion, I really just don't like Moff Gideon's Light Cruiser. I'll never buy it. There was one time where I almost did, but it just the amount of figures for the price point it's at, like the amount of new ones, just wasn't worth it. Because I believe that's the first set that you can get Fennec Shand. Obviously Moff Gideon being the most exclusive one of that set, but they only included 1 Dark Trooper. Like, what the fuck, LEGO? Like, come on. Like, really, you're gonna have us spend $160 on a set where you give us 1 Dark Trooper, where, in fact, you know, you could have at least given us 2, because, you know, LEGO likes to do that, but 1, really? it just kind of seems like it was a dick move on LEGO's part. But hey, they rectified the decision, and they came out with this. So you know what? I'm okay with it. So, because I'd rather have a cheap set where I could buy, you know, tens of thousands of these small little Dark Troopers than one extremely expensive set where I would have to spend $160 just to get one. I mean, to my credit, you do get Moff Gideon, which I believe now is the rarest figure in that set, and then Fennec Shand, but then you're getting basically repeats of Mando and the Child and Cara Dune, and it's just not really worth it. Fennec Shand is also just, in general, a hard figure to get a hold of. She's also in a lot of expensive sets. Her first appearance being in the Moff Gideon's Light Cruiser at $160. Then you have the Book of Boba Fett Throne Room for $100. And then she also is now coming out with this new Summer Wave in the Cad Bane's Justifier for $170. So she ain't cheap. I actually did buy Boba Fett's Throne Room, so I will be doing a review on that next week. But as far as the cheapest set to get Fennec Shand in, if you want her as a figure, you're gonna have to spend about $100, or you're gonna have to go on Brinklink or something and try to get her off that, maybe eBay. But she is not a cheap figure. She comes in a lot of expensive sets. So, and then the one I bought her in, she doesn't even come with the helmet. You know, if I want to get her with the helmet, I have to spend $160 on Moff Gideon's Light Cruiser, or $170 for Cad Bane's Justifier, which, by the way, I will not be reviewing on the channel because that is way too goddamn expensive of a set to review. I'm not spending $170 on that. It's just not worth the price point. It does come with some awesome minifigs, like the Cad Bane obviously is probably the highest selling point. The Omega looks cool and the Toto is fine, but just like it's just such a large overpriced set, more than it really needed to be. But you know, Lego wants to do what they want to do, and to be honest, it's not even that great of a ship. It just doesn't look that appealing. I've seen people do videos on it. It's really not that awesome. Sets I'm definitely going to be getting my hands on, though, will be that ATTE for sure, as soon as I can get my goddamn hands on it, and then Inquisitor's Scythe. You should definitely expect those on the channel at some point. Those look really good. And as of, you know, this video is going to be released before August 1st, so it's probably going to be a while before my stores in my area start getting that stuff in stock, but it should be at some point. If not, then I'll probably order them off Amazon or whatever, or, you know, the Lego store, and have it get shipped to my house so I can do reviews on it. But yeah. Sorry, this turned into more of a rant than I wanted it to be, because this was supposed to be about the Dark Trooper set, but I got kind of a little carried away. But overall, Dark Trooper set, great set, love it, it's awesome, really cheap, literally $30. You spend $90, you can get basically 9 of them. So I mean, it's pretty good. I did buy another one of these, so I am slowly building my little platoon. So I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys all next week with the next set review. So, peace. I don't know what that was.